Vigilante Williamson here with the clip from my show. And if you like this clip, please check out the whole podcast, link in the description. I work to not just be a guy who parrots opinions. I work to be a guy who's willing to let evidence decide things, decide my take. And I've been very critical of Cryborg, as I've called him, Ray Fisher. And I still will maintain a lot of criticism, but at the same time, I'm not at all going to hold water for Warner Brothers. And listen, I have a Flash hoodie on. Is a Batman Funko Pop. I am a DC guy. I am a Batman Justice League guy. But this Ray Fisher thing, sometimes everybody's wrong or everybody's right, depending on how you look at it. And that's what I'm starting to feel. As much as I don't like, and I'll get into it, hopefully I'm not too out of it not to get into it. I'll get into some of the inconsistencies with some of the things Ray Fisher has said and done. At the same time, I really feel like there's some fuckery afoot. Not only from the standpoint that I don't think he was completely, even though the main issue I have, and I think a lot of people have with him, is there's just no receipts. There's no hardcore answer. There's no hardcore, like, this is what happened. And that's my issue. And I have a theory about that. But goodness, there's something weird about this. And, hey, looked off. You got show back up. Sweet, cool Funko. I'm a DC guy as well. A lot of people give me shit for my Funkos. And I'm not a big Funko Pop guy, but I like them. I went real high pitched Detroit on you. Sorry. But yeah, I like the Funko Pops, and I like the Batman Robot one. But my theory on what happened with this Ray Fisher situation. This is what my theory is. Joss Whedon is an asshole. Everybody knows he's an asshole. And more than likely, something happened on that set to piss him off. Now, here's the things that we do know. They haven't been in any reports. We know it. Anecdotally, we know he was upset about saying booyah. And a lot of people were upset about that. We also have to consider Zack Snyder. The Snyder Cut probably didn't have him say booyah. Let's be honest. Zack Snyder can be very joyless. And even though booyah is a part of Cyborg's lexicon, this was not the same Teen Titans Cyborg in this movie. And we also know Zack Snyder wanted Cyborg to be the center of his universe, center of his movie. And actually, even in one of the articles I have up here, he reviews a new look about Cyborg. And it's interesting to, send this picture out now when so much, hoopla about Ray Fisher. So it's kind of almost showing a little bit of support for Cyborg. I talked about in the episode of Brave or the Bold with everybody, Nick Weiser, and a bunch of people showed up for that episode, but I'm stream brained and I got so many other takes. So forgive my head, not my heart. But I talked about Fatal J's take that a lot of the news for this is Snyder Cut related. And just seeing that, like, yeah, there's a Snyder Cut element to it. Yes, there's a race issue. There's a race issue, but Buffy. Hey, I didn't say Joss Whedon wasn't a talented and accomplished creator. Hell, just another red shirt. You're not just another red shirt. You are the red shirt to me, and I appreciate you being here. And you and Lord Thoth are saying hey in the chat. That's awesome. As people start to, pile in here. Hopefully pile. I appreciate it. But I think what happened with Ray Fisher, Zack Snyder promised him a lot and probably delivered, probably filmed a lot. And he got his screen time cut. He probably thought the booyah thing was disrespectful because knowing Zack Snyder was never in the original script. And he probably had Joss Whedon and be a dick to him. Probably wasn't directly racist. Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't there. And I'm not going to say it was or wasn't because I wasn't there. But let's not forget. Joss Whedon did get fucking fired. I mean, let's get into this parts of this article because I'm going to kind of jump around to kind of give my take. But for context, Fisher previously divulged Hamada reached out to him to discuss allegations against Whedon and how DC executives John Berg and Jeff Johns enabled his abusive behavior on the set of Justice League. He claimed the DC Films boss tried to cover up the whole issue by throwing Whedon and Berg under the bus as a compromise if he let Johns off the hook. Warner Brothers responded by sternly denying Fisher's claims, adding the actor had not offered up any evidence to support the story. But let's not forget, Joss Whedon got fired. So, does that sound crazy that maybe there was something like that? I don't know. And then there's this tape that happened, it was released like the next day after we did our show, where he's talking supposedly to an executive, and they're saying you comply with everything, you went above and beyond, we really appreciate it, everything's in, can't remember the certain word, but it seems to corroborate something, but we still don't know. We still don't have receipts. And oh man, people are starting to show up as I rant. Man, if I had receipts, I would have no problem backing Ray Fisher up, man. Just completely. Hell, Captain Check. Hell, go Mikhail. Appreciate it. And everyone says hi. I'm not a guy. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to be just against Ray Fisher just to be against Ray Fisher. I'm not trying to be against it for anybody. I really just want to know what the fuck happened. Right? And I really want to know, now that Fatal J he has put that bug in my ear, is there something to where they're trying to use this whole Ray Fisher thing for a dig at the Snyder Cut? And the Snyder Cut has been announced very recently as just one shot of the movie. And that's strange to me because to me, a lot of the intrigue was the 4-part miniseries. And a 4-part miniseries. Look, what I just did a review about WandaVision. WandaVision's intriguing. It's going to be intriguing for weeks. Even Batwoman, it's going to be a train wreck. It's going to make more money for YouTube than it will for the series, but it's going to be a train wreck for weeks. We had this Cobra Kai that was the biggest thing on New Year's Day, and it is a few weeks later, and everyone has forgotten about it. So now you're going to do that with the Snyder Cut, where it could have been multiple weeks. I don't know. I don't know if that was the way to go. And it does feel like there's some thought to there being some sabotage stuff going on. Hell, Kai, what up, V-Dubs? Sky is up. And so are taxes. So are a lot of things. But yeah, I definitely think that DC is definitely using this Ray Fisher thing for fuckery, but so is Ray Fisher because he expressed his interest in returning as Cyborg in Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. I also think there's a DC Civil War thing because, again, Zack Snyder had no problem around all this time tweeting out stuff, people sometimes make sneak disses. I think that tweet could have been a sneak diss. Hey, I'm just letting you know I fuck with Ray Fisher, just in case anyone was wondering. So he's willing to, after saying he wouldn't return for anything Walter Hamada was involved with, presumably because of the conversation where he's trying to throw, and he said that in his letter too. He's trying to throw Joss Whedon under the bus. He doesn't want to work for Walter Hamada, but Walter Hamada's gotten renewed, and he's willing to come back to Justice League 2. New York-based actor Ray Fisher stated that he would return as Cyborg if the Justice League director Zack Snyder wishes to cast him. Ray Fisher, who has previously been outspoken in his outrage towards Warner Brothers, said he will return as Cyborg in Justice League amidst announcing his official exit from the upcoming Flash movie as per Screen Rant. So we know he said, I will not, there's a tweet right here. I will not participate in any production associated with him. And he's been renewed. He's going to be at at Warner Brothers in DC for the next 3 or 4 years. But apparently he's interested in Justice League 2. I think this Ray Fisher thing is kind of a smokescreen for some Justice League, for not just the Justice League cut, but just like the DC Civil War that we don't really talk about because no one really knows about it. But I think, or if it's not a DC Civil War, it's definitely something where Walter Hamada wants to get rid of the Snyder Cut. I know Midnight's Edge did a video. They talked about the New York Times article where he's downplaying the Snyder Cut, where he says it's a road to nowhere. I think I've covered that in the past. I think that element is a huge part of it. And then I also think, man, I think there's something, this creepy motherfucker did something. I don't know what he did. I don't know if it was racist. I'm not saying this motherfucker's not trying to use this shit. I think, I definitely think he, like, oh man, the wave is just to call out racism and fight the power or whatever the fuck he's trying to. I definitely think there's some of that, but I don't think he gave him something to do it with. I don't know what it is. I don't know why we don't. I think there's a part of it is embarrassment for either it could have been something embarrassment, just straight up he got sunned, or it could have been something where it really wasn't that bad and he doesn't really want to say it. I don't know, but it was enough for Joss Whedon to get fired from whatever project he had with Warner. So I think it's kind of a mess. As far as it affecting the Snyder Cut, yeah, he is very creepy. Look, he's going with Kyle. He's a creepy motherfucker. Yeah, I appreciate everyone who showed up. Kind of a packed house for this channel. I really appreciate it. Lots of you guys in the chat. But yeah, I think this is sort of a mess all the way around. If you think he's Cyborg, I understand. I'm probably gonna still call him that, but I don't think it's complete. He's making you know what it is? He has a anthill and he's making it into a mountain. That's probably what it is. But this motherfucker gave him an anthill because he was enough to get fired. And this Walter Hamada motherfucker, he has a screw loose, and DC has a screw loose because every week they have a different plan for Batman. One week it's we're gonna go with Ben Affleck. Next week he's not gonna be on anything after the Snyder Cut. The next week he's gonna be with Henry Cavill. One week the Snyder Cut is going to potentially spin off. The next week, the Snyder Cut is a dead end. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this, please check out the whole podcast, link in the description. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do so. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about the video. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching and thank you for your time. God bless.